Nobody tells you this, but the real pain of replacing a catalytic converter isn't actually the part itself. It's seized bolts, rust you could chip a tooth on, and the sinking realization that your exhaust system hates you. Welcome to car maintenance, the blue-collar yoga. So the first step is safety. Get your car up on jack stands. Never just a jack, unless you like living dangerously. I keep a spare tire under the frame as backup. Over 250 people every year get crushed messing with cars on jacks. Gravity doesn't forgive. Now you'll want to spray penetrating oil on the bolts holding the catalytic converter. Do this the night before if possible. Most of these bolts haven't moved since George W. Bush was in office. Patience will pay off. You'll thank yourself. Once the bolts are soaking, disconnect your battery. Trust me, the last thing you want is to fry your O2 sensor or shock yourself trying to save $500 on a repair. Even one arc can mean replacing an expensive sensor. Zero fun. Now, get under the car and locate the converter. It's usually a chunky metal canister, resembling the world's saddest burrito, right in the middle of your exhaust system. Take photos before you unbolt anything. Future, you will need reference points for reassembly. Next, it's time to actually remove the bolts. Expect at least one bolt to round off, snap in half, or remind you why you own a breaker bar. Having a set of bolt extractors is the move here. This is where I always mutter, just in case. Once those bolts are out, or sufficiently mangled, carefully drop the old catalytic converter down. Some converters have O2 sensors screwed in, so make sure to unscrew those using a proper O2 sensor socket. Breaking these can cost upwards of $150 each. Ouch. Now, with the old converter out, double-check your new part against it. Fitment matters. Some aftermarket models don't include gaskets. You need those, or you'll get exhaust leaks and a failed emissions test. Portland doesn't mess around with smog checks. Install the new catalytic converter, slotting in gaskets and tightening bolts by hand at first. Cross-threading is the enemy here. With everything lined up, torque the bolts down to spec, usually 25 to 30 feet-pounds. Double-check your manual for the magic number. Reconnect those O2 sensors, making sure not to over-tighten. Bad sensors equal bad fuel mileage, which is even less fun than losing power on a freeway on-ramp. Pro tip, use anti-seize on the sensor threads just a little to make next time easier. Lower the car carefully, reconnect the battery, and start her up. Don't freak out at the smell. It's normal for new converters to off-gas a bit. Watch for check engine lights. If the light's still on, check for unseated O2 sensors or leaks at the flanges. For most people, the difference in emissions and smooth running is almost instant, sometimes a 20% efficiency boost if your old cat was clogged. But the secret? The real satisfaction is beating rust at its own game, and maybe saving $800 over the shop quote.